I used to find preparing for job interviews very stressful until I found this hook that I'm about to share with you today. It works like magic and boosts my confidence every time that I attend an interview. I will show you in this video how you can draft your interview questions before attending the interview from 2 documents. So let's go into it. There are 2 important documents where you can see or find out the kind of questions that the interviewers will be asking you at the interview. These documents are, the first is the job description, and then the second is the person specification. Sometimes these documents are fused together, so don't worry if you don't find a separate document for the job description or a separate document for the person specification. This is the job description that I found online, and like I said, sometimes the job description is fused together with the person specification. So in this occasion, this job description, you can see the job overview. The job overview is the job summary, and it tells you what the job holder will be focusing on. So from here, it gives you an idea that, this person is a supportive person. This person will be supporting the HR business partner, working in this division, and also, assisting in the development of HR solutions to meet the service division needs and provide advice on a full range of HR policies, procedures, and processes. So there are 3 words that I've picked here. Supporting the HR business partner, who tells you that probably that's their line of reports. Secondly, the person also has to understand the business strategy. And thirdly, assisting in the development of HR solutions while providing advice. So if you go straight down, it will take it down a little bit to the detailed job description and main responsibilities of the job holder. You can see provide timely, consistent, and appropriate advice and support for managers on a range of employee relations matter, specifically disciplinary, grievance, sickness, absence, and attendance capability, bullying, and harassment relating to all staff group. So this individual will now be a support system. So you want to set your questions, right, in a way that you can give examples describing when you have supported a manager on a range of HR issues. So you can take typically 2-3 examples around the different, employee relations matters. So you can look at disciplinary, you can look at grievances, you can even look at, attendance issue. How have you supported your manager or a manager to do that? So back to this. Then this person is going to be assisting as a case investigator in relations to disciplinary grievance. So you will be assisting managers, to as a case and act as a case investigator. So if you see from here, we can draft 3 questions, right? 3 questions that you'll be able to answer, and it gives you or boosts your confidence when you go to the interview. This whole job is talking about support, it's talking about assisting, it's talking about somebody that would interpret policies, review policies, and also, act in various places where, policies and procedures. So you want to look at that, you want to set your questions. We're going to set 3 questions from here after we've looked at this job description. But I just want us to go down a little bit, right, on other things. If you look at all of this, it's still talking about the support, layers with the payroll system and the payroll services and managers, in relation to employee relations matters. So this person is support, assist. That is what this job is all about. So if you come down to the person specification, what the person specification shows you, it shows you the essential or desirable
requirements, what will be looked at the application form level, what will be looked at the interview level. So anywhere that you've seen marked as X, that would be assessed, that qualification will be assessed at the application level when the application is being submitted. The first one is this person CIPD qualified or postgraduate HR qualification? Does this person have the significant experience? So there are 3 ways that they can find if this person is suitable for the job through the application. Are they educated to a degree level? It is desirable, it's not essential, and you can find that there. So if you're talking or if you're preparing your interview questions, you want to look at those sections. You want to say, you're CIPD qualified, and you also want to showcase that you have experience, to degree level, and you also have the significant experience for the role. If you come down to knowledge, experience, and expertise, they will be looking at that in the interview level. Proven experience of providing HR support and advice in all aspects of employee relations matter. They are really stressing on the all aspects of employee relations matter. So when you're giving your examples, when you are asked a behavioral question, please make sure that you would have set those questions that can cut across all the aspects of the employee relations matters. You want to see times that you have influenced the manager, when they are managing their staff or managing their direct reports, to manage formal and informal issues. You want to talk about when you've delivered management of change projects or when you've supported management of change projects. If you've got project management experience, that's going to come into place here. If you have been experienced in working in unionized environments, that's going to come into place here. So I'm just showing you all of this so that when we go back to set our question, it's going to, we'll know how we would have set the question. Communication, of course, this person must be a good and excellent communicator. So you want to put that. So yes, this is the job description and this is the person specification.
Let's quickly draft some questions from the job summary. The first one, because this job holder, as we saw from the job description, will be providing support to managers, will be providing support to direct manager, which is the HR business partner. Let's then draft the first question. Describe a time when you supported a manager in dealing with a difficult situation or a difficult employee relations matter. Remember, the job description stated that this job holder will be dealing or supporting managers with all aspects of the employee relations matter. So the first question will be describing a time where you supported a manager to deal with a difficult employee relations matter. Now let's look at the second question, right? So it could go like this. Tell us about your experience when you advise a manager in dealing with a staff that has high absence. Again, that's another employee relations matter, but we've broken it down. Now you can give yourself time, you can prepare with this, you can ask yourself different questions, right? And you can put different suggestions. The third one that I would suggest is, tell me about your experience in dealing with a change in legislation, because this role expects you to be up to date with legislation. And they can even ask you, okay, list 3 current legislation that came into effect in 2024 or that came into effect in 2025, depending on whenever you're watching this video. So these are the 3 questions that I can draft from the job description. And if you go down, we can also draft from the person specification. We can draft some questions from the person specification. If you look at the person specification, as we saw in earlier, you would see that they expect the person to have either a CIPD qualification or experience in the role. And then you also go down, if you go down onto the knowledge section, you'll see where they expect the job holder to have experience in dealing with management of change issues or experience in dealing with employee relations matters. So the first question that I can draft, or that we can draft from the person specification, will be, describe a situation when you supported a management of change process and what were the or how were you able to resolve the challenges that arise from there. So because management of change process, sometimes you have some challenges, like some people will be ring fenced, some people will be going through redeployment. You want to describe that to the interviewers. The second one will be, tell us about an experience where you identified risk and how you were able to, maybe mitigate against it or implement mitigating policies or mitigating plans around the risk. Now, that is going to be showing your use of initiative, your how you can identify things early, how proactive you are. So you are showing that to them, and you can use these suggested questions to draft different answers, read about it, focus around it, and it's going to help you. Another tip or another place where you can find tips in drafting interview questions is in your interview invite. Yes, and this can give you idea of maybe the kind of questions that you'll be asked, especially in situations where the interview invite is speaking to you, preparing a presentation slide, and they shared probably a topic with you. So let's dive into a topic and just see how we're going to look at it. Example of an interview invite with tips could be you have your interview invite, and embedded in it to write, at this interview you will be required to prepare a short 10 minutes presentation on the topic, how has artificial intelligence changed the healthcare industry, or how is artificial intelligence changing the healthcare industry. So from this question, the interviewers will be scoring you on your presentation slide. They would also be looking at some questions would also be drafted from this after your presentation has been concluded. In this instance, we can draft some questions, and for example, we could say the first one will be, what are the changes in the healthcare industry that came into effect as a result of artificial intelligence? Or the second one will be, what are the implications of not implementing or implementing artificial intelligence in the healthcare industry? Because definitely there will be challenges, right? So the third could be, say, tell us about a risk of implementing artificial intelligence in the healthcare sector and what can be done to mitigate against this. So these could be some questions that we'll draft, and by drafting this question, it helps you focus on what is important, and it also helps you to channel your energy to set different answers to some of this question. It boosts your confidence in all of those areas that the interviewers will be focusing on. And when you go into the interview, it's not going to be stressful because you're prepared, you have the right confidence, and you have a structure for most of your answers because you prepared ahead. So when next you apply for a job, do well to save the job description and the person's specification. And after receiving your interview invite, ensure that you've checked through every bit of it and you do not miss any tip that could give you hints on how the interview stage would go or on how questions will be shared. So drop in the comment section and let us know how you prepare for your interview. What documents do you use to prepare for your interview? Or, how do you even get those questions? How do you boost your confidence? It could be helping somebody. So please do well to drop in the comment section and we'll look at it together. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Don't forget to also hit the notification icon bell so that you can get tips on our videos whenever we post them. Until we meet again, let's go smack that interview. Bye!